Welcome to HR with Heart. I'm your host, Jemima House. Today, I want to speak about something that might make you feel tired just by hearing it. But don't worry, because we're going to make it feel easier. So, why leadership systems can be outgrown and what to do about it. So, it's a little bit like if you had a drawing, for instance, and you wanted to change it from what it was into something new. If you start adjusting it from the inside of the drawing that you already have, it gets complex really quickly and you kind of forget where you are and it starts to look messy. And this is what is happening in leadership structures that are no longer fit for purpose. So if wellbeing initiatives are being thrown around to try and deal with a lack of engagement, say, maybe you've identified that's from hybrid working or from people just kind of dropping in with resignation letters, like, where did that come from? And you're trying to figure out how to solve these problems from inside an existing system. It's so hard. And in a previous life, when I was private coaching, relationship coaching, and also with evidence from my own experiential learning of being in relationship, it's very, very hard to change the form of a relationship whilst you're inside it. Some might say impossible. So the same thing goes for leadership systems that exist within a workplace. Sometimes it is just such hard work to try and change the whole thing while it's running and while you're inside it. A bit like it's difficult to turn a big ship. You know, it takes time. You turn the steering, you adjust it by a few degrees. The course corrects, but it takes time because the ship is big. And it's kind of the same principle with a leadership system within a company. You can't just stop it. You can't just have nothing while you go behind the scenes and sort out what's not working. However, you can install something new which is fit for purpose and which actually addresses the human beings who are already inside your system. The three major pillars of the complete coherent leadership system are good mental health, excellent communication, and the principles of feminine leadership, which are very different to the principles of masculine leadership. And we're not talking about gender here. We're talking about energetics, just to be clear. So this is really the top level of a system that is designed intentionally. The next level down is, okay, so what are we doing here? What needs to be changed? What needs to be addressed? And I always say this, it feels very new still because I haven't seen anybody else doing it, but well-being and performance are inextricably linked. And you need to know how to do both. So well-being is not an afterthought. It's not, oh, the company's running, we have to make money. Like, yeah, of course, that's true. But you don't then go, well, people are burning out, what should we do? And start firefighting. The two things need to be addressed as one. So well-being and emotional awareness have to be prioritized. Because you know as well as I do that all humans who feel healthy and well-resourced want to do well. It's only when humans are feeling stressed out, under-resourced, close to burnout, that you have to kind of chivvy them along and try and artificially motivate them to do the work that they're getting paid for. How about if you had a look at the root cause of some of the issues that you already know about because they land on your desk? Let's be honest, they're your problems first. How about if you looked at the root cause rather than looking at, how do we fix this? How do we fix this week? So we've got well-being and emotional awareness first, and then we've got decision-making and accountability. The roles obviously need to be strongly defined and correctly defined. Accountability isn't just external. Accountability is something that is internal when you deal correctly with the human. And this goes back to what I've already said. Humans who are healthy and well-resourced, they are really good at being accountable to themselves. They want to do well. It makes them feel good. You will know this. Next, we have communication and connection. And I know that you will be thinking of someone as you're listening. Oh yeah, they could do with some communication tips. Their communication is terrible. Or, it's the WD-40 of human connection, isn't it? When we know how to communicate well, then it makes life easier. Whatever we're doing, whether we're at work or at home, whatever. So all this is to say that the leadership presence and their steadiness is predicated on the leadership team owning these 6 pillars first. Because when you are emotionally aware, when you have good well-being, you know who to be accountable to or how to be accountable to yourself. You know how to make efficient decisions. You know how to communicate well. This is only going to add to your presence and your steadiness. And when people feel that, outcomes change. The 5th pillar is the systems and processes, which if you're in HR or culture, you will naturally either love these or be really good at them, or both. And the 6th pillar is growth and adaptability. So if this is not accessible, it makes it very, very difficult to navigate change. It means that your people are going to have a really hard time as the business expands, as things change and shift. But putting into practice the coherent leadership system future-proofs the company so that you don't have to keep going back to complicated change management or, again, firefighting with band-aids for things that are problematic. I'm speaking about this today because I'm super excited about it, and this is a 12-week immersion that I'm offering to certain companies. But without turning this podcast into a sales pitch, I really don't want to do that. I just wanted to explain a little bit about why this is different, how it works, and the distinction, which is going to make this something that will really, really make your job easier, make your whole company's performance improve, and make your people happier. I mean, isn't that why we're here? I know that that's one of the biggest reasons why people go into HR or people leadership is because they're kind-hearted and generous-spirited and they want people to be happy. So this is today's episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was kind of short, and I wanted to talk to you about something I'm excited about. If any of this resonates with you, then this is the sort of lens that I bring to leadership every week. Sometimes the episodes are comprised more of practical tips and how-tos. Today it wasn't. But I do explore what happens when systems, people and relationships are working well and how to keep them maintained in coherence. So you can follow the podcast to be apprised of the weekly episode. It's not for quick fixes, but it's for clearer ways of seeing. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you again same time next week.